You can't complain about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and focus on maximizing those assets, skills, whatever you have. Focus on that.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah, and with this mindset, man, you're gonna reach the sky. I mean, you're already reaching the sky, but with that mindset, you're gonna go really, in my experience, yeah, and my opinion, you're gonna keep growing even more. The sky is the limit for you because this is key. And but anyway, but the other thing, Marcel, is that when you started the business, you say like you started even like a business operator, yeah, and then you start to have the product, but you are in business, so you have a product, you sell it, you make a little bit of money, but now you realize that you're gonna own several businesses, you're gonna do $4 million deals. You have to become a leader, and you have to inspire leadership within your organization. You are like, well, I didn't sign up to become a leader. I'm signed up to sell my product and make some money. Now I have to become a leader. Now I have to become a role model. Now I need to develop my leadership skills, and not even that, to empower leadership within my organization. And you looking at yourself and you say, well, now I have to become a leader. Now I have to become a role model. Like, for example, like when I started this previous the podcast, I explained to you that why we ask this question, why when if I start to make the first million, because we want your story to be as a role model for our entrepreneurs listening the broadcast. But did you sign up for this, or you're doing it because of your business, and because it's required, and also, being the podcast, nobody knows if you really like to be in front of the camera, you want to be in the spotlight. So we have to do a lot of things for our business that at the beginning we didn't sign up for, but
Right.
but if we want to grow, we have to do it, right?
When I first bought my first franchise and I had one car, we just had one car.
Wow.
And I remember it snowed something horrible out there. And the whole car was covered up. It must have been 3 feet of snow.
Oh
Guess who
my
had to
God.
go out there? Guess who had to go out there and shovel the snow? Who had I had to clean that car off because if we don't have that car, my
It was the
girls
only one.
the houses. Right. So my girls got to get to the houses. So that's on me. So that's the point. In entrepreneurship, you're gonna always do stuff that you didn't think you had to do. That's not you. That's just how this thing works. You have to do whatever it
It
takes
takes.
to succeed, no matter what. And that's what thing with business. If you want to be successful, you got to be all in, man. You can't be trying to do it halfway. You got to be all in because it's something about when you know that the people in your family are depending on you to be successful. It's extra
Hmm.
motivation for you to be successful.
Yeah, because again, this what we're responsible for. A lot of people, we're responsible for not only for the product and to have a great customer service. We're also responsible for our employees, because we have to generate when salaries have to be there. Some of our employees, probably the only salary that goes to that house, and the house have to pay rent, have to pay food. So we are you have the responsibility to make sure that the business grow, that thrive, and you have to take care of the whole ecosystem. And it's difficult to for for people to understand you unless that there are other entrepreneurs. So have you ever felt lonely in your entrepreneur journey, or you have at the early stage of your business, you have been in contact with entrepreneurs? I mean, you're lucky that you have your dad that manage business, and well, maybe you can talk about some topics with his dad, facing the challenge, uh, this is not working, or maybe daddy can give you some advice. But do you find yourself lonely, or since you're starting business, you decided, look, I need to go out and meet fellow entrepreneurs, and and have some people around me that actually mentors that understand my challenges, what I'm going through, because we are a very little percentage of the population, and sometimes people trying to start. That's one of the reasons why we do these broadcasts, is to create a community around entrepreneurs. So all the challenges that we have, we can share it, we can talk about, and people don't feel lonely on that. Have you ever felt lonely as an entrepreneur, or you managed to build relationships during at the very early beginning?
No, I think that's definitely a part of the journey that you're gonna feel like you're alone. You know,
Mm.
you're gonna ask
Because
yourself,
nobody understands you. You cannot ask your
it's just
your
you.
employees
It's,
to
it's
help
just you.
you.
Yeah.
They
I
won't
mean,
they won't understand your problem in the first place. So
nope, nope. That phase where you finally get around other entrepreneurs, that's later. Because if you
I
really,
agree with you. When you
yeah,
start, you don't
when you're
even have
create
time. You don't even
right.
have time.
When you first open a business and start a business, you don't have time. So everything is your decisions. It's all on you, and you definitely going to go through a period if you feel lonely. You're going to question yourself. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself, did you do the right thing? Was it worth it? Do I know what I'm doing? There's a lot of self-reflection that comes along,
100%.
you know.
Especially facing rejection. People are telling you no, 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 and then you have a phone call from your friend from the corporate telling you, "How's it doing, man? I told you don't quit your job. I'm getting my salary. How you gonna make next month?" And you, oh my god, now this guy calling me again.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You,
It's
because we always we this call, it will come from you, because that's the other thing. You have a group of friends that you go for corporate, and that was your circle there. I remember when I started my first business, I went out with my group of friends, and everybody was talking about their things. And then I went and talked to my group of friends. I said, "Listen, you won't believe I started this business with this property. I'm renting this room, and I'm gonna make money and this and that." Nobody cares.
exactly.
I don't think that they were even listening to me. They were like, "Who cares?"
Right.
Like. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this is gonna be tough that I thought, because I'm about to lose all my friends. They don't. I have nothing to talk about with them anymore. They don't really care, and they don't wanna care, and they don't learn. So I realized that I was lonely. My parents are teachers, so so we don't have. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, but he died when I was very young, so I have very little reference. Basically, I'm the first entrepreneur in my family. So it being hard, exactly what you said. This moment when you are starting, you don't have time for anything, and you are alone, and then you have your friends, and even for me, my mom and my mom was telling me. I said, "Mom, I'm gonna expand." And my mom, "Don't expand. Don't do that." I said, "Mom, you don't even know what it is." And she's, "No,
That's
but don't
funny.
do it. It's enough." So things like that, and you wonder yourself. So um, how you get out of that loneliness cycle in the beginning? Do you have a friend? Do
You
you
know,
manage to increase your sales so you actually have time? Because this is what happened to me. Until I
you
didn't
know,
increase myself, then I could put out myself out of the business. I started to employ people. I couldn't meet anybody.
right.
I thought that I invented my business, and after I increased my sales and I was out of the business, I started to networking, and I found out a lot of people doing my business and also better than me. And I thought that I invented my business. Look how lonely I was.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. So, so Marcel, how people are in love with our conversation. They want to learn more about you. How people can find you. How this process work. If they
Oh,
want to
so
invest in your property deals in
yeah,
state of
yeah.
Washington, things, how they find you, how this
The
is
best
work.
way to find me is Marcel, Marcel Clarke, CLARKE.co. So not com, dot co. So marcelclark.co. And that's my page where everything that I do is on there, from my real estate deals to my commercial cleaning company to a book I just wrote, Hiding in Plain View. So you can find everything
So how
about
can we find the book? Where
Oh,
is
you
the
can
book?
find it. It's in all major retailers. So all you have to do is Google Hiding in Plain View by Marcel Clark. Google it. It's going to come up. It's on Amazon,
So what the book is
Walmart.
about? What the book is about? What's your favorite chapter?
My favorite chapter, I was actually, talking about the other day. My favorite chapter was when, I was younger and we had hard times. And my mom was the type of person that she said, you got to just work with what you have. And we had a real but broken down, busted sofa that was in our living room, and it was hideous. And one day she went out to the store and she found this cover that she could put on it. And I remember talking to her about, I'm like, Mom, that's not going to work. She put that cover on that sofa and it looked brand new. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, and it taught me that lesson that just work with whatever you
What you
have.
have.
Yeah, you just
You
gotta
wish
go
that you
with
have
it. Don't
money to buy a new couch or whatever, but you need to work with what you have.
you gotta make it work, man. And that's a lesson in life that I have, man. Like no
And for
matter what
business,
my
this is
hand,
key. For
yeah,
business, this is
it's
key
business, isn't
because
it? It's key. You just
man,
gotta
because if
work
you
with
want
what
to
you have.
spend money, you want to spend money growing your business, you have thousand ways to run out of budget so easy in a lot of things. So we have to keep it tight, right?
Yeah, you have to be really resourceful. You can't
Absolutely.
you can't complain about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and focus on maximizing those assets, skills, whatever you have, focus on that. And like if I'm telling any entrepreneur something that's out there and they're even thinking about doing a business or they're going to get in business, try to do something that you really do like and love. Because if you do that, like I don't like my daughter, she likes to draw. And now she's 18, she's thinking, oh, I might want to do tattoo shop. I'm like, yeah, you could do a tattoo shop because I know she's gonna
Good.
put 100% in it because
Mm-hmm.
that's what she likes to
She's
do.
passionate about.
She been drawing since she been a baby, right? So
Wow.
I'm like, if that's what you really want to do, go after it. But that's my point to all young entrepreneurs. Do what you like to do, and that will help you become successful because when you love something, you give it 100%
Yeah,
because you
you don't
want
feel like working, right?
it don't even feel
Like
like
this
work.
podcast. This podcast is not work. It's a lot of
It's
fun.
not work. You
Yeah,
doing exactly
meeting
what you like
amazing
to do.
people, having
You like to
amazing
communicate.
conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You communicate, you're personable. This works for you. This isn't work. This is easy. And that's what it is if you want to really be an entrepreneur. Tap into what you do best. I don't care what it is. And then you try to sell that or make it a service. And you'll in that right there, you'll be halfway home. Trust me. Because once you love something, you're gonna give it everything you can to make sure it succeeds.
Thank you so much, Marcel. That has been really powerful. I really appreciate. And for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneur like Marcel break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for
I
now.
appreciate you, Harry. Thanks for having me out. I appreciate your show.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.